Hello, everyone. It's ASM Baller here, and in today's video, I thought I would do something a little bit different. If you are a avid watcher of my channel, you would know that I've never really done a soft-spoken video before, so I thought I would give it a try in this video. It's gonna be probably more of like a soft-spoken slash whisper slash whatever you want to call it. But in today's video, I have brought you guys sort of the end of the trifecta of Overwatch gameplay. In my first video, I showed off some more of my support type characters, and in the second Overwatch video, I thought I did a pretty decent job at doing some damaged or assault, whatever you want to call it, DPS gameplay. But in today's video, I'm finishing it off with some tank gameplay for you guys. Tank is definitely probably the most important role in Overwatch, in my opinion. Tanks can definitely throw a game or win a game depending on the team composition. I feel like the team comp is mostly dependent on the tanks picking up a Reinhardt, Orisa having an overshield sort of comp, or a Winston Zarya having a very heavy pushy type of comp. Very much depends on the tanks. So I know how important tanks are in the game, and I at least try my best to be the best I can be, but sometimes that's very hard to do. But if you noticed in this first video, I did have to turn off the game volume. I apologize for that because I totally forgot that I left my setting on where if you clip a video while playing a game in PS4, it takes the party voice chat from it and puts it onto the video you recorded. So throughout this entire video, I realized you can hear me doing nonsense callouts and swearing and just doing dumb stuff. So I decided just to mute the entire audio, but there's a clip after this where I play my maybe main. I'm not sure which one is actually my main between Orisa or Reinhardt, but in the next clip I play Reinhardt, and that one you can actually hear the in-game audio. So in this first one, I am teamed up with a friend here, and we decided to play some team comp, competitive Overwatch, which is sort of like the I guess more competitive side of Overwatch. You guys have seen a couple videos of me playing comp. A couple times I've played just regular quick play, which is just more like the chill, relaxed style of Overwatch, which is always fun to play. But in this one, I've decided to pick up Orisa. We have a Genji, Zen. I forgot what else did we have. Did we have a Winston? I'm not entirely sure. Was it a Roadhog? I'm trying to see what bullets are flying by me. If you see that nice little block I had there on Reinhardt, he was big mad. So the character I'm playing right now, her name is Orisa, who's sort of like a Minotaur type character. She has basically a Gatling gun as her primary weapon, has 150 bullets per reload, and her abilities are her left bumper is a sort of defense, I guess, ability where if she activates it like I am right now, her defense is increased, and she's invulnerable to a lot of different attacks, like you saw back there with Ryan's ult. When he did his ult, he slams his hammer down, and everyone in their path gets dropped and stunned for a little bit. As Orisa, if you activate her ability, I definitely should have activated it right there, but I didn't see it. You see Junkrat's ult right there. It sucks, but I countered it with that ability. It's pretty cool. She becomes invulnerable to a lot of different attacks. And then, like Reinhardt and Winston and Sigma, who are all shield characters, she has a shield of herself, but hers is pretty special because she can shoot it off wherever she wants to by pressing the right bumper. And her left trigger button is not an aim-in like in a lot of other FPS shooter games. It is an ability to where she throws some sort of ball into the air, and when she presses it again, she will clump all the enemies in the surrounding area together. Very nice when comparing with, like right there, boom, and it shoots everyone into one little area. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice when you're, having a Genji slash in there, or just shooting crazily like I am. Definitely when I play Orisa, I'm very, very, very aggressive. And when I ever play a tank, I'm very aggressive. I feel like having an aggressive tank is definitely more important than having a passive tank, which passive tanks, if you play Overwatch, know are the absolute worst type of players. Tanks who are too scared to jump in even though they have the most health in the entire game. So, right there I activated my Orisa ult, which puts down a damage booster to everyone in the surrounding area. Pretty nice. It has an HP bar though, which means enemies can come up and attack and destroy it, which sucks a lot. So if you ever fight an Orisa, she puts down her ultimate ability. Make sure to target that first before you jump into a battle. We have more ulting us right now. And yeah, see the difference between an aggressive Rein or aggressive tank and a stupid one is that one right there. One that plays without a purpose, who just comes in swinging like that, is definitely not the way you want to play Rein. And the newest character, I forget what her name is, just took over and ulted, and she took over me. I thought that was kind of flattering in my opinion. But yeah, wow, look at that, 4 gold patches, gold elims. Not too shabby in my opinion. Trust me, games, this is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of my games. My games never ever go like this, obviously, because I'm a gold. So, yeah, they never go this good. Overwatch is definitely one of those games where you will never be where you're supposed to be. It's hard to really get good, placements, because it's a team game. And if one of your guys just aren't up for it, slacking, have a bad comp, picks a bad player, or it just messes up your entire score. So it kind of sucks. We sort of shake it up here, and we have a Sigma on our team who is, I think, the newest character. I think him and the robot chick, who again, I forgot her name. I apologize for that. Are the newest characters in Overwatch. We have a Zen as well, and I forgot what else. Who else our healer was? I'm not sure, but my partner picked Soldier 76. Oh, we have a Mortar. Okay, that's a pretty good comp. You always want to have a healer who can heal multiple people at once, and then one like main healer, like Zen or Mercy. In my opinion, I feel like those always are the good ones. It's a good comp to have. They have a Sigma. Looks like that Rein, yeah, switched to Sigma. I got booped by Junkrat up there. As you guys know from my previous video, I mentioned that Junkrat is probably he was my main. He was definitely my best character for a hot minute when the game first came out back in seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, before he got majorly nerfed and just doesn't really hit right anymore. But he's definitely more evenly matched than before. I feel like I could win entire games by playing Reinhardt. I wish I could show you guys those gameplays I used to have, getting 50, 60 plus kill games with the Junkrat. It was pretty insane. We're holding this choke point pretty easily in my opinion. Choke points are definitely just the places where you want the fight to mostly take place in. Oh, right there was a pretty decent Junkrat pull there, try to get him out of his little sneaky area, but still just playing extremely aggressive, trying to keep this point here. Diva's out of mech, but she just got back in there, but as you can see, I'm kind of just shredding her down. They actually have a pretty decent push here. I think I switched to a Winston to be more aggressive. Their Reinhardt, oh no, actually no, their Winston tried to get us in the back line, but Sigma did a pretty good job of getting him out of there. See what I was telling about before about having a good team comp. We are very heavily shield, and the characters they have right now definitely are not the right characters to be using. Junkrat is definitely a good one to have, but just having a random Junkrat around probably isn't the best idea. And right there, I counter his ult. Didn't do anything. I bet he's very pissed off. They switched to a Reinhardt, but again, Reinhardt Diva isn't really going to do the trick on shredding all of our shields. I decided to pop my ult here because our team is still alive, and I feel like their team is getting desperate, so having this little offensive push is probably a good idea to counter it with my ult. But they pop off a Zenyatta ult, which, if you're not familiar with Overwatch, Zenyatta's ult, basically everyone in his little circle area becomes, I don't want to say invulnerable, but very, 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 very hard to kill. Our team is still taking a pretty decent fight against these guys. The Sigma we have on our team is very good. He's doing very well. Our healers are staying alive as well, and that Sigma does a pretty great ult, but Lucio counters the ult as well, giving everyone extra health for that next fight, but trying to get Lucio off point because it's very annoying. And Diva's ult was shot up too high, so she kind of missed the sweet spot you want to get Diva's ult in. She's going after one of our guys, so just try to get Diva out of mech, pull her back, and boom, nice kill right there from our damage people. Again, this is like a fraction of what most of my games get into, like 0.0 some percent. Like, it's just very rare I get a game like this. I do actually have a positive win-loss ratio in the game, which I am very surprised about. And those guys switched to Orisa too. Finally they do. Honestly, I think if that other team had an Orisa or some other type of shredding tank, they definitely would have had a better chance against us, but definitely had a very good game here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Let's see what the play of the game is. Orisa's victory pose is a dog licking her. I think it's really cute. Junkrat usually gets player of the game, and it was with me, man. Actually, I remember this play happening, and I remember listening for Junkrat's ult, but I guess, I don't know, it's some sort of lag when you're firing your gun and also trying to press L1. It's some sort of lag, and my shield didn't pop off quick enough, so that kind of sucked. And you can see I have the most objective time of the entire game, so I was pretty proud of that. And now we are on to the second clip I've gotten, which is a sort of warm-up game I had one day. Didn't really know what I was going to do, but I thought I'd just pop in and do some Reinhardt gameplay. I have a lot of Reinhardt skins, as you can see. I think maybe for my next video I'll do a non-gameplay video where I'll just show off my collection of skins of the game. Different heroes, maybe read off some of their abilities and things like that. If you guys are still really into the Overwatch theming I've been recently on, thank you guys so much for that, by the way. For all the recent Overwatch players, fans, just regular video game ASMR people out there, thank you so much for supporting me in this little switch up I'm doing, because I've talked about this a lot before, but obviously this channel's been a lot of basketball, sports, NBA 2K, and obviously, like any YouTuber, it gets kind of old after doing YouTube for 3 years, so almost 4 years in February, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the little switch up I've been doing. But this was a pretty interesting Reinhardt video, and you'll see why. But I don't think I played Reinhardt in my last video, but if I did, I apologize, but I'm going to be going over his abilities right now. So Reinhardt is probably one of the most used tanks in the game for the reasons why. He has the most shield in the entire game. His left trigger is his big shield right here, and it definitely keeps people alive a lot longer than any other shield character in the game. I think it has 1600, yes, 1600 shield points, which is pretty crazy. is swinging around his massive hammer, which I'm doing right now. Yeah, it's pretty dope. His L1 ability, I think, is his dash ability. If I get these mixed up, I apologize, but his dash ability where he basically does a turbo charge into the I guess the battle, and if he catches someone right in his path, he'll instantly kill them, which is pretty dope. Well, I think he does a pretty decent fight. It's that move right there, and I pinned him and I killed him, so he does a pretty great amount of damage. And then his R1 ability is his Fire Slash, which I think I do sometimes in this video. It's pretty dope. And then his ultimate is the Ground Slam, which you guys saw before. But yeah, if you wanted some nice Reinhardt gameplay, I guess we have to wait for the video on that, because I don't want to say but we totally dominated this game. And like I said before, it was just a quick play game, so it's not like a 2-round type game. Pretty fast, not gonna lie. But if you guys want, I guess, more Reinhardt gameplay, I can do that. But I feel like Reinhardt's definitely one of the more boring tanks to play. But he's really effective, probably the most used, the most effective, played right. You saw in that video I've played pretty aggressive. Like I said before, it's better to play aggressive than play passive as a tank. So definitely getting in there and doing as much damage as I possibly can, while keeping my teammates safe, taking a lot of damage so my healers can heal me, get their ultimates up, yada yada yada. And now, sorry if that clip was kind of short, but I just thought it was a pretty nice game. Now we are on to the temple. Oh yeah, that was Paris, by the way, one of the newer maps. If you haven't played Overwatch in a while, it's one of the newer ones. But now we are on to Anubis, the temple of Anubis, which is a retro map that I think was one of the first maps of Overwatch. In this map, you definitely want to play very assault heavy, shield heavy when you're defending. As you see, we have me being Ursa again, and having a what's its name, Sigma, to shield tanks, which is always really good. The trick is for this map is trying to keep the enemies from, I guess, taking this first point as fast as you can, because this first point is very hard to control. So honestly, getting them under 2 to 1 minute would be ideal, because I feel like no matter what, the team always takes this point, this first point, which is very hard to control. And right there I got a little bit greedy because I saw a lot of their characters getting really low on HP, but I forgot that Baptiste, who is another really good healer, can group heal with his L1 ability, which does a great amount of healing. So without me there, the Sigma that we have in our team keeps up pretty decently, and keeps the team alive, but our guys are getting picked off left, right, and center. Right there, I get a pick right there from their little robot person, and for some reason McCree thought it would be a good idea to ult right there, so that was pretty comical. Definitely ulting in this game is very important. Right there I played really stupid. I was just feeding that Sigma. Very stupid of me, but if you miss your ultimate or bad time ultimate, it can cost your team the win. So definitely picking your points on, when to ult, how to ult, positioning, things like that are very important when playing Overwatch. Overwatch is definitely one of the most, I guess, mental games that I play. I mean, I don't play like League of Legends or really any other those type of games, but I feel like this is definitely the most sort of mind game I have to play that takes a lot out of me. And as you see, they take that first point fairly fast, which pretty embarrassing nonetheless. But I told you guys, it's very hard to keep that first point there. And there Baptiste ulted, which you can see when Baptiste ults, he is the healer with like the burst sort of gun. When he ults, it puts up a sort of portal looking thing, which you guys saw for a little bit, and enhances damage, sort of like what Orisa does, but in a more controlled area. And I think it does even more damage than Orisa's ult, which I have up on my Orisa right now. So that's pretty dope. I had a pretty bad problem with our assault characters. The Widowmaker and the McCree didn't really seem like they were doing a whole lot. The Sigma, man, the Sigma was probably one of the best things I think I've ever played with. Played Sigma very well, very aggressively, but not stupidly. It was just a lot of fun playing with the Sigma. Starting to get some kills off. They're more ulted. I'm just trying to keep him back as much as I can, but I just need some healing. Get some healing right there. And just trying to keep this point again. Sorry that this, no audio of this gameplay, but like I said before, next time I upload some sort of gameplay, I'll try to remember to turn that setting off where it keeps my gameplay voice chat audio on. Because like I said, I'm just doing call-outs and talking trash and stuff like that, so it's definitely not the best type of ASMR in my opinion. It probably gets kind of annoying. But I know hearing this little blaster shots and things like that is, I guess, somewhat part of the ASMR experience, so I deeply apologize for that. As you can see, our team's doing very well at keeping them back. But the worst part you can do about this map is, or actually in any part of Overwatch, is getting too cocky and pushing too far when you are defending a port, which you can see right here, telling my team to get your booties back here, because Overwatch is a game of mini fights, so it's better to, win the war than win the battle, you know what I mean? So you might lose a couple fights here and there, but it's better to lose a fight than and stay back and retreat than trying to just keep it on, you know what I mean? Right there, I placed down my ultimate because I feel like they're trying to make a big push there. That was a good counter because it looked like they were with Mars ult right there, but looks like we took them all out. And that, again, I said that Sigma is crazy. Sigma's crazy. Again, telling our tanks, the Sigma, to get his butt back here, because it seems like all the other assault people are following his lead, which is pretty, understandable, because as you saw from that little bit there, he's on fire. He's doing really well, being very aggressive. I'm not entirely sure why this team is struggling so hard to get past us. I really want to see their team comp again. They have a soldier. They also have a Sigma. I think they're kind of mirroring what we have, but it's just not to the right ability. Again, you can see Baptiste there ulted. I'm taking a lot of damage, but as a tank like this, taking damage is what you want to do. Well, sometimes as a tank, it depends. If you're like a Zarya or a mousy guy, I forget his name, Hammy, you don't really want to take a lot of damage because they shred pretty easily. But if you're a tank like Rein or even Sigma, you don't really want to take a lot of damage. If you're a tank like Rein, Orisa, Winston, Roadhog, you definitely want to take as much damage as you can. Let the healers heal you. Healers get up their ultimates up faster. Just makes life a lot easier. And boom, we keep them off the point, and they only take one objective, not even a tick. So that's pretty great, nonetheless. Switching sides now to offense. I decided that I think I'm probably just going to go with Orisa again because, like you saw the other team do before, Orisa's really good at this first point, shooting a lot of damage, but also keeping your teammates safe in the first point when you're trying to snug your way inside that little tunnel and trying to flank the enemy team. So it looks like we're mostly just going to be keeping the same team composition here. And we can see we actually have a newer character being played, which is Doomfist, which was probably one of the most hyped up characters to enter Overwatch because a lot of people thought he was going to be voice acted by Terry Crews. cruise, but it never happened. But it would have been really cool. The voice acting in this game is amazing. It's really good. I think someone commented before my other video if I was going to be playing Overwatch 2 when it came out, but I feel like that's a no-brainer question. Yes, of course I'm going to be playing Overwatch 2. I think they came out with gameplay months ago, but I think it's supposed to come out for either next gen or sometime probably in like the December before next gen comes out, which I'm very excited about. Our team pushes this first point extremely well, very, very, very aggressively. In Overwatch, man, as soon as you get 1 or 2 kills, the fight's basically over. It's pretty sad, and like I said, this first point is really, really, really hard to keep up with. It's all about keeping the second point, well defensed if you're on defense, like you saw us do in our last little fight there. Just trying to group up our guys together, but I get absolutely shredded there. I don't think we really have the right healers for what I'm trying to do. Again, I'm grouping them all up and just not getting the right sort of damage out onto these guys. I think we probably still have the Doomfist, which probably isn't the greatest to do right now because Doomfist is not the greatest sort of team attacking sort of character. He really wants to go with individual fights that he can win one-on-ones with more spread out approaches. Is what Doomfist, at least in my opinion. Again, I am not a pro. I am a barely plat, high gold rated player. I'm not someone to be keeping a lot of, notes on with. I'm just speaking from what I've seen. I watch a lot of Overwatch on Twitch, well, at least I used to. I would watch, obviously, XQC, who is one of my, he probably is my favorite streamer, which, watching XQC again isn't even really the greatest sort of way to get really good strats, but his placement and the way he plays tank is amazing. It's one of the best in the entire game, in my opinion. I watch Jake as well, who was pretty funny because, if you don't know, my name is also Jake, and I used to be a Junkrat main, so I thought that was pretty funny, that there's a guy in the Overwatch League named Jake, who also played a lot of Junkrat. And then I watched a lot of Aimbot Calvin, but I don't really think he streams anymore, at least from not what I've seen. He's another DPS type character who would get a lot of questions during his streams and would answer them a lot and sort of taking notes here and there. So just watching really good players to play at least helps me out when I'm trying to play this game. It's sort of just like any other sport, I guess, but there's a league for Overwatch and esports sort of thing. So yeah, I guess watching, a quote unquote film on a good player is one way to learn how to play the game. But then again, I'm not good at the game whatsoever. Like I said before, I'm just trying my best. I guess I try to have some fun as well. We're starting to have a lot of trouble trying to get past these guys here. They basically just copied what we did our last game, so I guess you can blame us for playing so well that they had to literally copy us and try to get past this first point here. Right there, I tried to push a little bit harder because our Sigma ulted and did a really good job of getting past their line there because they were just trying to focus on each other. I'm spamming things because I don't know why. I think I just wasn't getting a lot of healing, even though I probably was. But also we have a Hanzo, which is great because, in my opinion, Widowmaker is just such a waste of a character. Her ultimate doesn't change the game at all, especially at a point like this where you know where all the enemies are at anyway. So her ultimate kind of sucks, but I get it. Her one-shot kill ability is amazing, but it's kind of hard to do that when everyone's clumped up together and their shields are up like that. Widowmaker definitely is not the move, but Hanzo is the same way, one-shot kill ability, but his ultimate is amazing when trying to clear a lot of space. Again, I'm just trying to take as much damage in as I possibly can. I don't remember using my ult, but then again, I'm not really paying that much attention. Their Zenyatta ult, which sort of messes up what we were trying to do there, making a big push. Grouping up them all together again, and Sigma again gets a big play right there, getting both good assault guy there. I come in and take out their Sigma. Me and Orsa sort of have a little dance here. And I think that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the more soft-spoken video with the typing sounds, the controller sounds. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed the Overwatch videos, I can keep making more. I can make more of a sort of character video where I'm just talking about the characters and things like that, not so much of a gameplay video. I'll enjoy that a lot. So, I'll see you guys again in my next video very, 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 very soon.